What's up? Jeff Talks, Learning to Rise. This is me. This is your host. I'm Jeff. I don't know if that's better. My eyeballs gonna hurt. But today is day 7 of 14 videos in 14 days. Super stoked. As always, I'm pretty sure I'm always super stoked to be here, to be able to film and share some positivity, some love. So before we get started, I'm going to put a link on the bottom. If you guys could be sure to click the link, go to the bottom of my website and subscribe. You're going to get a free PDF that talks about how stress is good for you. Kind of a play on words, but basically it differentiates the difference between good and bad stress in our mind, but how our body has the same exact reaction to, like, let's say, for example, something like a bad experience, like I'm really stressed out, I'm anxious, I'm depressed, like at a funeral, or I'm really excited and happy and almost anxious to get married. Kind of the same physical, like, feelings and stuff that go on, but the only thing that's different is like the thoughts and kind of that self-talk. So, sorry guys, I just got off work. My eyes feel a little dusty, but I'm here nevertheless to fulfill, to be here, and hold myself accountable, really. So today's topic, I wanted to talk about how I'm actually really fearful of, like, making content and doing these, and like it was really, really hard to film my very first video. And I'm saying this because basically doing things that you're fearful of, and how eventually you get more comfortable. It doesn't get easy, but it gets easier. So I want to start out by saying, like, just doing this and making content like this and kind of putting myself out there is really difficult, because the feeling of, like, I'm going to be judged, people aren't going to like it, like I don't like some of the stuff, but maybe I'm not as confident with some of the subjects, or I feel like I'm quoting somebody else too much, and I'm not giving credit where credit is due, and like just my mind just goes crazy in hopes that, like, I will just not do anything, that I will stay, like, meek and quiet, and I'll just be okay with just exactly who I am, and not have this weird, like, longing to connect. Because that's, in my head, me putting out content like this, me trying to connect with other human beings and really just share some love and some love and hope with others, is me trying to reach out and feel like I'm a part of something bigger than myself. But I have this, I don't know if it's ego or, like, just fear of being judged and what other people might think of me. And, maybe somebody doesn't like the topic, or, somebody doesn't like this, or go down the list of multiple things that I could think that other people are thinking about me. So I think Jay Shetty says this, and I think he took the quote from somebody else, and I forget who it was, but I heard this from Jay Shetty. He basically says that, oh my God, it's so beautifully said, I don't want to screw it up, but it's, I think what you think is that I think I am. So it's like a perception inside of a perception. And for me, in my experience, like, living a life inside of a thought of what I thought other people are thinking about me. That is who I thought I was. So, like, that blew my mind when I heard that. And now, being on this amazing journey and this amazing experience, my goal is to love fearlessly and love those who maybe aren't lovable or can't love themselves. Because I didn't think I was lovable, or let alone worthy of love. But I had to almost be loved and be willing to accept that love for nothing. And in that, I was actually able to come to a place of connection. And my self-worth grew. And I started to, not that I never cared what other people think, because of course you have that persona like, dude, I don't care what other people think. But for me, like, it was unconscious of how much I actually was living my life and making decisions in my life based off of what I thought other people thought of me. And doing stuff like this, making a podcast, starting a website, these are all things that I've literally never done before, ever, never even had the thought to do. And whether it was because, I'm sure a lot of it was because obviously I was in my addiction, and I just wanted to do things that I was good at. And not that I'm not good at this, but this makes me uncomfortable. I hated like taking pictures of myself, let alone somebody else having taken a picture of me. I always wanted to be like the one, not behind the camera, but I wanted to be the one that was like making things happen and not pausing and then like filming it. I don't know if that makes sense, but nevertheless, this is really difficult for me. Just like stretching in the beginning was really difficult for me. Just like getting sober and then maintaining my sobriety has become easier, but in the beginning it seemed absolutely impossible. Having a healthy relationship is something that I've been very fearful of, but now it's getting real, like, easier, and I enjoy it, and I want it to be the best it can be. So I think that's where it kind of switched for me. It switched from this thing of like, it's not that I didn't care anymore, again, like what other people thought of me, or that I was like, I didn't care about being judged, but my heart is full. And I'm just so happy, and I feel so blessed, and I'm so grateful for everything God has given me, for everything God has taken from me, and for everything God has left me. And that is a quote that I'm borrowing from Mr. Freddie Miller. Give credit where credit is due. So I think, like, that's just how I'm trying to live my life now. I'm trying to live my life wholehearted. And for me right now, in these past couple months, it's been posting these videos and just trying to share some experience, strength, and hope, and really just share some love and some positivity out on the internet, because there's really not that much of it, and in my mind there should be more. So with that being said, guys, I hope this was enjoyable. I hope it was beneficial. And don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to click the link, go to my website and subscribe to the email list. I would love you regardless, whatever you decide. I'm just glad that you're here, and I'm glad you're watching. So I love you. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.